In Indian society, there is now an advent or a new social tier which is got added. In some other countries, it got added long back. In India, it is also got added long back, but it is now starting to surge. And that social tier is the slum class. So there is a upper class, middle class, lower class, and now we have a absolutely big and a surging slum class in India thanks to the overpopulation. These are usually the shanty dwellers, people who live in slums, or they live too many people in a very small house and they have next to no job or money. But they get to hobnob with everybody in the society, and all the facilities are also available to them, like walking on the road, taking the public transport, and so on. And why not? They should. The problem happens when they become constantly a very big number to deal with on a daily basis. I travel by bus a lot, public buses. And I have always seen that when the seat is written as reserved for women or disabled people or for senior citizens, and if someone is sitting on that seat and a disabled person or a senior citizen or a woman walks in and looks at that person gets up and vacates the seat and lets them have the seat. Lets that person have the seat, that whoever that person is, a woman, disabled, or a senior citizen. Other times I have seen if a person is sitting on one of those reserved seats and a person walks in who's either a woman, disabled, or a senior citizen and requests them to get up, then the person gets up and vacates the seat. Very strangely, I am now seeing a change in a certain trend. And that trend is this set of men, especially the men, who will occupy these reserved seats, which are for the women, disabled, or senior citizens, they will not get up. If you tell the conductor, who's a bus conductor who issues a ticket, some will get up, and then there is a absolute garbage set of men, especially. Even when the conductor will tell them to get up from the reserved seat, they will refuse. They will just refuse. So even if 10 people are shouting and yelling and somebody is pulling on their hand and telling them to get up, they will not get up. And in that rare circumstance, they may just get up and vacate the seat. And these men, especially the ones who have next to none bodies, you can't tell if it is a grown up man or a boy or a teenaging boy because their bodies are so frail and thin. Their face is not okay, their legs are not okay, which look like more like somebody's arms. They were born on the pavement, footpath. They survived on one meal a day, and somehow today they are adults after living through such extreme poverty, and now they mingle in the society. As an administrator, you have failed to stop this population from reproducing or telling them what to do to not keep reproducing. There is a book by Peter Motabazi. He's now in US, and he says that at some point the name of the book is Now I Am Known. And he says at one point as a child he ran away from his house to escape the beatings from his father and just a bad life. And then he ended up near a bus depot where he met some other street children, and they slept in rags near the garbage. They had flies on them all the time, and it was just a bad life. And he says, in that life of being a street child or somebody living on out on the streets, they just had one simple rule which they followed, that if I wanted something, I just took it. Thankfully, he came out of that life and now he lives in US. It's very nice. But not every person who's poor and is a street kid will end up like this, like him. And India, the number is so big that they're actually becoming a nuisance value, and they're turning into adults and are becoming part of the society. And because of non-stop economic development, there is always some job for somebody to do, and somebody has some money to give for smallest of work. So what do you do if increasingly you're just surrounded with this set of people and you have to live a life with people who have no education, have no social conduct, were taught no manners, and just are a filth and shit of the society? I just didn't face them in the bus. These are the people who will do low paying jobs or daily jobs. They're not even daily wage workers. These are just frail. Even daily wage workers are in complete tatters in India today. The poverty is hitting everybody. They will do the crime for lowest of money, for few $1,000s or few thousand rupees, because for them it is just about survival. You should see how the Indian public transport is. When only two people should sit, sometimes at least third person will also sit. And when only 9 people should stand, there are more than 35, 40 people standing. It is a hell you face every day. And it is called overpopulation.